Beautiful Santa Fe day. There you go, there you go. My name is Ira Wilson. I'm the Executive Director for the Southwestern Association for Native American Arts. Thank you for coming to Indian Market. It's our 98th year, y'all. 98 years, can you believe it? We got 2 more years to year 100, man. And have we got some cool things planned for you guys, man. Can I get a round of applause for year 100 coming up? Thank you very much.
Oh, hey! You're a judge.
So we're going to do things a little different. Well, welcome to the Native American Clothing Contest. It's revered. Everyone loves this. I have one respectful request this year. I asked that for photography. A lot of people will come up to the front and it kind of gets a little crowded up here. I would like people who want to take pictures to either take pictures from a seat. It's okay to have a family member come up and take a picture, but we like to keep this area as clear as possible this year, okay? Just to be respectful to the people that are, wearing the clothing, etc. I'd ask that you guys be very respectful. I'd like to introduce our judges. Katie Richarmy, Emil Hermany Horses, there you go. Lucy Tapahanzo, hey Lucy, how are you? And Terry Greaves. Great round of applause for our judges. It's been an almost amazing, very amazing 2 years for me here at Swaia, almost 2 years. And we're growing and expanding in different ways. But this is one of my favorite things of all time is to be part of the Native American Clothing Contest. So I'd like to introduce my co-hosts. This is Jessica Growing Thunder, Juanita Growing Thunder. These guys rock, man. You turn the mic over to them.
Good morning to all my relations. How are we all doing? I think we could do a little bit better than that. How are we all doing? There we go. I'm so excited to be here. I'm really, really honored to be one of your fabulous MCs this morning. I'm really excited. I've been participating in the fashion show basically my entire life. I've been coming to Indian Market since I was about a week old. I was born in Albuquerque. They put me in a cradle board and they brought me right up. So I'm really excited to be here today to see everybody in their finest gear. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over and have my mother introduce herself.
Good morning. My name is Juanita Growing Thunder Fogarty, and I have been participating in this clothing contest, Native American clothing contest, since Rex Arrowsmith was running it in 1985. So I've been doing this a long time, on and off. I've gotten to host and things, so I'm very pleased that they're still continuing it, and I'm happy to be a part of it. And I would like to really thank our judges, who many of them stepped in, a few of them stepped in at the last minute for me, and I'm grateful for that. So we hope you all enjoy everything, and we may break in between, and you may have some questions or something, so have a question ready maybe. So thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the traditional clothing contest. We're going to start with the young boys. So first up, we have Cash Nelson. Cash Nelson is Kiowa, Taos, and Navajo. Can you give him a big smile? Cash comes from a long lineage of traditional clothing contest champs. Over here, you have his uncle, Malachi. Can you give him a big wave? We grew up doing the fashion show together, so I'm so excited that the younger ones are taking it on. Cash is wearing a bustle headdress. He's got leggings, a beaded belt. Can you turn around for me so I can see your belt? So here we have a beaded belt. We have belt drops coming down. He's got some fabulous leggings on. He's got, let's turn right back around. He's got a beautiful breastplate on up here. Beautiful scarf with the scarf pin. He's got some shells on. He's got tons of neat little bells everywhere, so he kind of jingles when he walks. Makes some great noise. He's got a dance stick, and he's got a staff. Here, can you take a few steps forward so everybody can take a good look at you? And there we go, we have Cash. Let's give him one big round of applause. And this is contestant number 1.
Next up, we have Mina Harvier.
They must have mixed it up.
Yep. Wow, it's the kind of the theme for the weekend.
Yeah. We will get it together.
I'd like to introduce Jaipo to the stage. Come on up, my friend. Dance, dance, dance. There you go. A round of applause, please. Ah, that's right. We're working on that. That's awesome. So we see on him, we have a beautiful, beautiful turquoise necklace, a coral necklace. Like these eagle feathers. These are so beautiful, beautiful, man. We have the belt. It's sort of a bandolier, which is really awesome, awesome, awesome. We have these beaded, beautiful, detailed beaded bags here, and the leather skirt. He's got the bells down here on his ankles. Very traditional Pueblo. And look at this headdress. It's so beautiful. It's beautiful. Can you give him a smile out here too? There you go. Step up, turn around, and show him your outfit. That's so beautiful. All right. Thank you, Jaipo. You stand right over here.
All right, we have contestant number 3. This is Adrian James Day. He is Ho-Chunk and Anishinaabe. All right, we have you step up here so everybody can see you. Thank you for dancing. So he is wearing his traditional Anishinaabe wooden style floral applique work on his aprons and on his leggings. There's floral beadwork in fancy, really old style designs, and they're very nice. Oh, you have your side tabs if you want to turn sideways. He has his dance side tabs beaded. He has a concho belt. He has a rope beaded breastplate. I don't know if you all can see that. You want to step up closer so they can see? And then in his long hair, he's got these braids. These are otter wraps. And a lot of different tribes use these to extend their braids because it was really important for us to have our long hair. And so for us to mimic that with the fur, it was really important for us to look good like that. So, and then he has some really nice bear claw necklace with some trade beads on there. And he has an abalone conch holding his scarf. And he has an otter cap with some nice feathers off the side. And he's got his eagle feathers, 2 eagle feathers up on top. He's got a beaded rosette with some horsehair work on the side with ribbons. He's wearing some lovely Diane White Hawk polk earrings. You want to turn around and we can see the back? So you can see his cape and the otter drop off of his hat and his aprons. It's very nice. And his moccasins are real traditional. They have a vamp beaded on the top of them. And so the toes are like sewn so they pucker in. And this is a specific style towards his tribe. And they have wool wraps around the back side of the moccasins. He also has bells on and finger woven sashes holding his leggings tight, and he holds a otter hoop and a war club that's pretty cool. That's a nice one. All right. Okay, thank you, Adrian. Look how beautiful she is. Can I have you take a few steps
steps forward so everybody can see just how beautiful you are. Oh, I love it. I love it. How about if you turn this way and then show us your bow? There we go. So she is a female Apache warrior. Ruth is wearing a buckskin blouse over a cloth dress. She has a bow made out of cedar with arrows with turkey feathers. She also has Apache boots, and her outfit was made by her parents and her sisters. Beautiful. The buckskin dress over the cloth is age-appropriate attire for a young girl. A full buckskin dress isn't worn until a girl's coming-of-age ceremony. Ruth is an archer, and her attire is honoring her Apache women ancestors who fought and defended their way of life. Beautiful. Can we have you turn around for us so we can see everything? Oh, wow. Absolutely beautiful. Here, take a few more steps forward and have everybody take another good look at you. Beautiful. And look at that smile. Isn't she beautiful? Oh, thank you, Ruth. This is contestant number 1.
And now we'd like contestant number 2 to come on stage. This is, ladies and gentlemen, Kyra Hendren. Put your hands together for her. Come up here, let them see your beautiful outfit. The name of her attire is Where the Waters Came Together. She's wearing a blue water comes together dress with weaving tools and a brown diamond twill manta. Turn around. So beautiful. If you notice as well too, she's also turning. She's wearing a beautiful squash blossom necklace. She has a beautiful, beautiful belt. Look at these beautiful moccasins that she has on, and she's got another bracelet on. Turn around so they can show you one more time. There you go. Can you give them a really big smile? Kyra, thank you. Thank you.
All right, for contestant number 3, we have Alitama Perkins, who is Eastern Band Cherokee. Alitama, beautiful. You want to take another step forward? Alitama is a member of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians located in Cherokee, North Carolina. Alitama is wearing 18th century historic Cherokee women's attire and regalia, which consists of a trade shirt made from cotton fabric printed with the blue and maroon vines design. This traditional 18th century print would have been created by using the block method and roller printing. She is also wearing a blue wool wrapped skirt that hangs at the knees with a drawstring waist. She wears matching side seam leggings adorned with ivory, gold, and burgundy silk ribbons made by her mother, Nicole Warrington. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Around her waist, Alitama is wearing a navy blue and red finger woven belt with white glass pony beads woven into it, creating the arrowhead design and matching leg garters used to hold up her leggings made by Kelly Driver. Oh, beautiful. Around her shoulders, she is wearing a feather cape made from wild turkey feathers, which was made by her mother. Beautiful. Can you give us a spin? Across her right shoulder, she is wearing a red, blue bandolier bag trimmed with white glass beads, and it features the unbroken friendship design made by Karen George. On her feet, she is wearing front center seam buckskin pucker toe moccasins with red and blue flaps trimmed with white seed beads made by Richard Sanook. Beautiful. Oh, I want some moccasins like that. Her accessories include a clay bead necklace made by Tommy Wildcat. In her ears, she is wearing round spiral cut earrings made by Brad McMillan. Beautiful. Her skirt and leggings are adorned with silver buckles and brooches featuring a Cherokee floral design. The brooches were pinned on the skirt, leggings, and match coats worn by women. Cherokee people began wearing silver in the 1700s and became accomplished silversmiths. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Elitama Perkins. Beautiful. Okay, so we have contestant number 4. Hi, Presley.
This is Presley Nelson. She is Kiowa, Taos, and Navajo. And she knows what to do. She comes right up the front. So she's got her beautiful Kiowa dress on. She's got some ribbons on her sleeves, and she has a nice dance purse done in Kiowa style. I'm going to hold it up so they can see it. Beautiful. So it's got beadwork on it and a nice medallion and some nice beads, and so they look lovely when they're dancing and they swing their beautiful purses. So she has some mink hair ties and a beautiful beaded belt. Let me see what else you have on there. Oh, she's got a little fire bag and a drop. She's got a concho drop also. And she's got an appropriate skirt wrap, which the Kiowa women were always very modest people, and we always made sure that they were covered, and so they had the skirt wraps, and that also protected their dresses and their buckskin dresses when they had those too. So you want to turn around, Presley, so we can see the back? So she has another medallion which is holding her ribbons, and she has a nice feather in her hair held by a porcupine quill medicine wheel. Thank you, Presley. You look wonderful. And turn around and say hi to everybody. So this is Presley Nelson. Thank you.
Next, we'd like to invite Kennedy Nelson to the stage. Come on up, Kennedy. Come on. I gotta see you. My goodness, you're beautiful. There you go. Show them your beautiful smile out here. There she is. Kennedy is Kiowa, Taos, and Navajo, and she has a red cloth dress on with beaded moccasins. She has a beaded belt with crayon in her knife case possibility bag. Very cool. She has a beaded necklace. She has an eagle feather in her hair and a hawk feather fan. Can you turn her around so they can see the back? Beautiful beaded medallion. Turn around again and show them your smile again. One more time. Ladies and gentlemen, Kennedy Nelson.
Oh, okay, so number 6. This is Peyton. This is my niece Peyton, Growing Thunder Fogarty. This is my brother's daughter. She's wearing a traditional Sioux-style outfit, done in pink beadwork, and her cape is a little bit different than what we're usually wearing, Dentalian capes, but this one has bone elk's teeth on it and a lot of silver sequin work, and she has a bone breastplate, so some beaded necklaces and medallions. And you want to turn around? She has a traditional ribbon skirt dress on with wing sleeves, and usually our tribal style, when we make our ribbon dresses, you'll see them everywhere now, but ours were not color matching, so we didn't, we just used whatever color you grabbed first, and so they weren't matchy-matchy, and that's our tribal style from Fort Peck, Assiniboine Sioux tribes. So yeah, and she has fully beaded moccasins and leggings and all the accessories. So thank you. Peyton, you want to turn around again?
Are we having a good time out there today? Are we having a good time? Give it up for the contestants so far, please. I'd like to invite to the stage Nanaba Joy Little. How cute you are. Oh my goodness. Johnny, it's so beautiful. She is from the Diné Nation. She's wearing a traditional Diné dress. She is wearing a traditional velvet three-quarter sleeve shirt and cotton floral gold skirt made by Crystal Begay. Her hair is tied in a traditional Navajo bun, wrapped in a yarn hair tie. Her sash belt was made by her great-grandmother, Connie So, and her belt is a traditional Navajo poncho belt. Her necklace include a 3-strand turquoise necklace and a traditional squash blouse from the coral thorns. She also wears turquoise bracelets in her right and left wrists. Tucked in her sash belt is a cotton scarf worn by many Navajo women. Lastly, Nanaba is wearing traditional leather moccasins. Nanaba. Turn around, one more time. Let them see your shoes. Turn around. There you go. She's so cute, right? Nanaba, come stand over here. She's like, hey, adios. I'm just kidding. Come stand over here.
Melts my heart.
She's so cute. Ladies and gentlemen, Nanaba Joy Little. Give a round of applause.
How many years has Nanaba been doing this now? This is her second year. So last year was her first year and she got so tired she fell asleep. Up next we have contestant number 8, Carmen Growing Thunder. Carmen is my cousin, but in our kinship system, she is my little sister. She is Assiniboine Sioux and Taos Pueblo. Today she is wearing a jingle dress. So traditionally, the jingle dress comes from the woodland areas, the Anishinaabe people. There is traditionally 365 tin cones. These are actually snuff can lids rolled into a cone figure. And so traditionally we're supposed to wear 365 of them on a dress to represent a prayer for each day of the year. And it makes a beautiful, beautiful sound. It almost sounds like rain. Can you give us a jingle so we can hear it? She's like, that's as good as it's getting this morning. So the jingle dress dance is actually a part of a traditional ceremony meant for healing because of those prayers that are said and the prayers that are danced. And so it made its way, it was gifted to tribes and eventually made its way to the Sioux people on the plains, and that's how it came to our people. She is wearing a dentalium cape. You want to turn around so we can see your cape? So the dentalium shells actually come from the coast. So this was something that we gained through trade. She's wearing a sparkly belt. She's got fully beaded moccasins and leggings. These were created by my grandmother, Joyce Growing Thunder. Yes, beautiful, fully beaded. These are traditional Assiniboine designs. She's got beautiful hair ties. She also has otter wraps to lengthen her braids. She's got a beautiful choker with a choker drop. Beautiful earrings, a headband, and some plumes in her hair. And she's got some paint on her face, because she is beautiful. You want to take a few steps forward and give them some smiles? Wonderful. Thank you, Carmen.
I have 2 contestants next. These are sisters and the little one's scared, so she can come out with her sister. This is Maria Lopez and Kaiwa Wall. Maria is the older sister. Can you step up here close to the front? They're wearing beautiful rug dresses, and they have their traditional moccasins on, and you can really see that they protect their legs and stuff, so when they would be out walking her and stuff, they'd be protected from snakes and what else? Cactus, things like that. So she has a lot of beautiful jewelry on. She has a squash blossom necklace and some coral necklaces underneath that, and fancy concho belt, beautiful bracelets and jewelry and rings. And she told me she gets to carry this eagle feather, and that's special to her. So it was her most important thing she had to say to me when I was talking to her. Her little sister has a beautiful woven rug dresses, and I was asking her if these were in her family, and she said yes, they all get to use these rug dresses So they must be passed on down through different family members. So she has a beautiful coral necklace, and she has a cute little concho belt with a heart on her necklace and bracelets, and she also has her traditional moccasins on and their woven belts. Do you girls want to turn around so we can see your hair? They have their hair tied in traditional Navajo buns. There, you're so cute. Good job. So they're just as beautiful from behind as they are in front. Thank you, girls.
Beautiful, beautiful. Can I jump in and acknowledge how beautiful I wanted to jump in and acknowledge how beautiful their moccasins are. So how it was explained to me, and I'm married into Danae, so you have to excuse me if I get something wrong. I'm an in-law. But it was explained to me that when traditionally when you see them, their legs wrapped so thick with so much hide, it was a symbol of wealth. You know, to have that much hide, it meant that they come from a wealthy family. So they got really thick wraps around their legs, and I just want to acknowledge that. That's beautiful to see. All right, thank you, girls. Can we give them a big smile one more time? All right, thank you, girls. All right, can we have all the girls kind of squeeze up towards the front so everybody can get a look at you? And we have contestants 1 all the way through 9 over here. Beautiful smiles. Okay, so the judges are looking them over again. It's a hard decision. Wow. Do you do archery? How long have you been doing archery?
A year.
Nice. Who's teaching you?
We call him Mr. H.
Mr. H. All right. So I really like your top. That's beautiful. Did your family bead that? Who was it?
My mother.
Oh, nice. You did a beautiful job. I bet it sounds pretty too because you have tinklers on there too, huh? Did you run around in it, or do you do any traditional dances?
No, this is actually my first communion dress.
Oh, lovely. It's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Okay. How old are you?
9.
She's 9. Okay. We'll start out with how old you are.
13.
Okay. And I remember you from last year. No, you weren't in here last year? Oh, did you have a sister in here last year? Oh, you look so familiar. Maybe I know you from somewhere. I really like your necklace. She has a really nice traditional old squash blossom necklace with silver beads. It's beautiful. So what grade are you going into?
8th.
8th grade, wow. Just
All right. So I'm over here talking to the sisters. And one is 9 and the other is 3. So you're 9 years old. What grade are you going into? 4th?
I jumped the gun. I'll just sit here.
3rd. I'm getting it all mixed up now.
I'm totally not with you guys.
All right. And so your little sister is 3 years old. Wow. So you're going into 3rd grade. So what is your favorite subject in school?
I had 3 and 2.
Reading?
Oh, reading. Good. Good. What's your favorite book?
Okay.
Indian books?
Me too. Me too.
I can go with.
And Carmen over here is a softball player. I don't know anything about sports, but tell us what you do with softball.
Yeah, I pitch, I play everywhere, and it's a fun sport for me, because you get your body going, and you get really strong.
Her mom was telling me earlier that she's got one really muscular arm. And none of us. How old are you?
I just didn't know it was Terry. Oh, I didn't know there was a 3rd. No, there's not. I just wanted to. No.
She is 2 years old.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I'm okay. And Miss Peyton Ray, what grade are you going into? Seventh grade. And what's your favorite thing about school?
I just getting to see my friends.
Yes, it is.
Oh, good, good. She's got a very soft-spoken voice. And what about you? How old are
So
you?
many of them are so interesting.
No?
I'm number 2 already.
I like your pink lipstick. She is 4 years old. What about you? How old are you?
I'm 6 years old.
She is 6 years old. Wow. And what about you, my dear?
13.
8. Are you going to be ready for high school?
No.
How long have you been coming to market?
This is actually my first year, but my dad over there is Dana, so he's been coming here for a while.
Her dad is Dana Warrington, who has a booth right here. Everybody, let's give Dana a round of applause. Dana won a major award for diverse arts this year. So fantastic pieces if you get a chance. He is a porcupine quill worker. So get a chance, go see his booth. So what's your favorite subject in school?
Science.
Science? I love it, I love it. Oh, are we ready? Okay.
So we're gonna have Zeke come on out here. Zeke is Danae. Come on out here and step towards the front. He's wearing his traditional clothes. Let's have you step up so that they can see, take a look at you. Oh, nice. So he's got his traditional bow quiver on. He has an otter hat. Beautiful shell necklace. Can you tell me about what you're wearing?
Okay, so I am wearing traditional clothing that is what we called warrior for our grandmothers. And what I wear is what exemplifies what a Dene warrior would wear. So I try to keep all my clothing as authentic as possible. Majority of the clothing I make myself, and the jewelry as well. So part of the jewelry making I focus on is revitalizing old Navajo bead making, and I'm trying to revive the skills and techniques that would have been done prior to the introduction of silversmithing and after the introduction of silversmithing. And so every single bead I wear on my necklaces I make all by hand. I don't use power tools or anything like that.
Thank you for sharing. That's great. Okay, do you want to turn around so we can all see? Oh, he has a gun holster. He has, I guess this is a pack.
So the pack I wear on my back is, I guess you call it backpack, but it's what I would sleep on, so it's my bed.
So you're all set to travel then, because you got ways to eat, hunt and eat, and then sleep, so you could be out for months. Nice. That's fantastic. Thank you for sharing. And what is your last name?
Argenis. My last name is Argenis.
Thank you. Do you have a booth?
No, but I will be sharing a booth with one of my friends who's letting me do this.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you for sharing. We'll have you step over here.
Next up for contestant number 2, we have Marcus Winchester, who is Potawatomi. He told me I could read his paper, but I can also freestyle it. In Marcus's outfit, he uses brain tan deer skin for his moccasins and leggings. So he was telling me his moccasins are center stitch, center seam, pucker toes moccasins. He uses seed beads for the cuffs on his moccasins, and the loom work on his knee bands, belts, and the panels on his ribbon shirt. The designs on his leggings are made by folding ribbon and sewing them onto the leather. So these right here, isn't that beautiful? That takes a lot of hard work. Marcus's necklace and handkerchief holder are made of wrapped porcupine quills. And right here he is wearing Dana Warrington's quill work. So like I said, I'm giving Dana all kinds of shout outs today, huh? On his head he wears a traditional Potawatomi otter cap that is decorated with quill work, beadwork, and porcupine guard hair. On the top of his head he wears a porcupine guard hair brooch, which is specific to the Great Lakes. Wonderful. Do you want to kind of turn so we can all see it? Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. So this is the porcupine guard hair right here on the sides. And he's wearing the mirrors. I don't know about you guys, but we always wear mirrors to be reflective. So any type of negativity that's out there would reflect off the mirrors so that it does us no harm. On his war club, he has immature golden eagle feathers. In his right hand, Marcus carries a Great Lakes war club, and in the left hand, a tobacco pouch. This outfit took 1 year to assemble, and the stunning features of this outfit are the abstract interpretations of the prairie flowers that are abundant in the southern Great Lakes, the homeland of the Potawatomi people. This is beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. I wanted to acknowledge he's got a bandolier going around, so these are deer toes. He's got some hawk bells on there, some thimbles. He's got his breechcloth up here with some beautiful applique work. It's beautiful stuff. And he looks snazzy. Looks snazzy. All right, thank you, Marcus.
Okay, we have contestant number 3 up next. This is James Day. He is Ojibwe. He has really beautiful floral beadwork. Ojibwe beadwork, and he has a beautiful bandolier that I was admiring. He said his wife made it, so he's got a good one.
It's an Alexa Ray Day original.
Nice. What's your booth number?
We're Lincoln West 750.
Nice. Well, you're a great model. You want to do some more posing? All right. Well, let's do this side so they can see your bandolier, which is great. So he has some fantastic sashes that are holding his bells around his leggings, which are done in floral applique. He has some nice traditional moccasins. Do you guys have a name for your moccasins?
Ojibwe style pucker toe moccasins.
Okay, Ojibwe style pucker toe moccasins, and they have a beautiful beaded cuff around the back. So they're really interesting. You're the best poser ever. All right. And they're made with smoked moose hide, which is really good for moccasins to wear because they take on water really well. So any kind of moisture, your moccasin will last you a long time instead.
And I wrestled that myself.
Oh, you wrestled it. Oh, okay. All right, James. Let's have you turn around. He has a really cool hat with a nice beaded hat band as well. And he's got all of his floral applique stuff matches from his shirt all the way down to his leggings, aprons. And he has beautiful beaded side tabs. Those are gorgeous. And you also have some painted leather work, I see, too. So do you do that, or it's all matching his beadwork? All family designs. Great. Would you like to say anything else? No? He has some beautiful real elk's teeth on his thing, too. On his neck for a necklace, and he's got wool hair wraps and a buffalo bone breastplate. And you dance all summer? Okay. And so he's carrying a stick too, so I don't know if you guys have something specific that you use this for, or?
Just a dance stick.
Just a dance stick. So he's got a nice hoop with otter fur around it too.
And this dance stick was traditionally found and peeled right before grand entry. So
Thank you for that information. So this is James Day, your contestant number 3, Ojibwe. So we can have all 3 of these good-looking guys come up here to the front so they can see you. Nice. He gets that from you? So we're having these, Is Beverly your mother?
Yes.
Okay, so your name is the same, right? So let's hear your name.
Hi, I'm Andrea Bear King Thompson, and my mother's Beverly Bear King Moran.
And her mother made this entire outfit. It's beautiful. Step forward. So this is a traditional Sioux-style outfit. It is called Seen by the Nation, Lakota's women's dress. So this is a fully beaded Lakota women's dress inspired by her daughter, Andrea Bear King, in honor of a wife of our Hunkpapa Lakota leader, Sitting Bull. This dress is designed and created with the women's northern traditional dancer in mind. Bold motifs of dragonflies, lightning bolts, lodge designs, turtles, and stars, which are many symbolic of the history and culture of my Lakota relatives, are incorporated into this dress. So I'm reading off of her thing, but I can talk about it. Okay, so if you want to stand and put your arms out so we can look at this dress. These dress tops were made and modeled after lakes, and so a lot of the times you would see things in your surrounding area, or you had people in mind, so you would have symbols that you would want to put on there. So if you turn around, I can show them. She was talking about the turtle design, and that is on the back. So this is the turtle back of the dress. So this would be the lake part. So these would be the reflections of what they saw. And these are the dragonflies around the edge of the dress. So they would be around the edge of the lake. And so she is calling these lightning bolt designs on the edges. And in the center, I think she has a beautiful dragonfly design also in the center of this dress. She also has all the matching accessories. She has a fire bag and a knife case and a beaded belt. She also has fancy designs beaded around the bottom of the dress. You want to turn around again? She has a bone breastplate with brass beads and brass conchos. This is beautiful. Is your mom going to let you have this? Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. It's going to be her dress, made for her. So she also has mink hair ties and a nice carrying purse. What is the design on the purse?
That resembles the house.
Your lodge. Okay. Nice. And she carries sage, and sage is for good feelings. So she's carrying this all with a good heart. So thank you so much. Do you have solid beaded leggings and moccasins as well? Everything is solid beaded. Thank you. How long did it take your mom to make this?
2 years.
2 years. Great. Okay, we'll have you come on over here. Up next for contestant number 2, we have Janessa, who is Haida. And she is wearing a Stasis sculpin tunic, which is a Stasis beaver shawl. Beautiful. And it has dentalum shells sewn onto the wool. The shawl depicts the beaver crest of the Sangus Stasis Haida clan. The tunic depicts the sculpin crest of the same clan. Oh, is it Audrey? You're Natasha. Okay. Hey, Mom, your mic is on. Oh, I'm sorry. Both tunics and the shawl took over 10,000 years to create because we have to consider the age of the shells.
She's also wearing a sea otter collar with a U-wood button, and she's also wearing abalone buttons as well. It's beautiful, beautiful work.
We have contestant number 3. This is Natasha Ashley Broke Shoulder. She is dressed in a Southern Plains style. Wing dress with applique. She has a matching shawl. This is a traditional fancy powwow rig. So she has Louis Vuitton ribbon on the back, a fully beaded crown, some beautiful plumes. She's got a nice fan that's made, and a parfleche bag that's painted, and everything is matching. She's got a spiked bracelet, otter hair wraps. She has a drop concho belt, and I believe her concho belt goes all the way around. Let me see. Turn around, please. Do you have all your fire bags and pouches and knife cases and things like that that hang off of the belt? So this is representing which tribal style?
Southern Plains.
Just Southern Plains. Absentee Shawnee. Okay. So it's beautiful, beautifully well done. Modern powwow rig. This is she also has a Southern bone breastplate on.
The bone breastplate was made by my husband, Randy Broke Shoulder.
Okay. Thank you.
Up next for contestant number 4, we have Sharon Broke Shoulder. Beautiful, beautiful. Sharon is Diné and Southern Ute, but today she is wearing a Sac and Fox tribal applique dress, which is her husband's tribe. It's beautiful, beautiful work. She's modeling the woman's Fox tribal applique dress. It is satin applique with a blood root design depicting water lily. So Sharon was explaining this to me, and I'm learning so much today. So she was explaining this design to me, and if you hold it sideways, this design right here, it represents the blood root, and it represents the water lily. So you know when the water lily sits there? Isn't that beautiful? I love that. Beautiful colors. Yes. So it's sewn onto broadcloth and a satin fringe, and it's decorated and sewn by Marlon Boyd. All the beadwork, the crown, the hair ties are all done by Danita Colley. Beautiful. She is wearing an eagle feather fan and plumes. It's beautiful beadwork. It's very striking. She's got a beautiful bow hanging from her breastplate in the back. She has beautiful tin cones hanging from her crown. Beautiful earrings, choker drop. Absolutely. She's got medals. Silver work is something often you see on the Southern Plains. So, for instance, you go to the Northern Plains, you wear a lot more brass, but in the Southern Plains, you see a lot more silver work. It's beautiful. Stunning moccasins. Beautiful, beautiful. And such a beautiful purse, a fan, beautiful feather work with a beaded piece on the fan. Absolutely stunning. She takes my breath away every time I see her. Thank you.
Okay, next contestant number 5, we have Janessa Guero. She is wearing a beautiful manta shawl titled Return of the Matriarch, hand-woven by Zephyrin M. You want to step up closer so we can see you? It's beautiful. So I was just talking with her over there, and she was telling me about the clothing style that she's wearing underneath is an 1800 style. So this is the type of clothing that they would wear every day, so they were able to do their work. So it's loose enough, and they can have movement, and they can carry on all their womanly duties that they needed to do.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So what else do we have? Just the nice skirt and a nice woven belt, and we have some beautiful little buttons on this shirt detail are dimes, and so she has a nice squash blossom necklace, and I think the rug is a star. Yes, beautiful. So let's see it again. Let's open it up. Beautiful designs. So usually, do you know anything about the making of this piece?
I know that the style of the weaving is modern of nature.
It's modern? Okay, so it's beautiful. They probably raised all their own sheep for the wool and everything, huh? Yeah, okay. Well, thank you for sharing. Please step forward again. Thanks.
Up next for contestant number 6, we have Juana, who is Navajo. She is wearing a beautiful, beautiful dress. Look at this. So the name she's given this attire is the Salt Woman. So this is a 17th century style woven dress for the Salt Clan woman. So the red on the bottom is for the warrior training, the blue is for land stewardship, and the black is for the origin of the grandmothers. She has a beautiful woven belt, beautiful jewelry, beautiful pin. She has her hair up traditionally. She is absolutely stunning. She's got beautiful moccasins on with those nice thick leg wraps like we were talking about earlier. And I actually wanted to give her the microphone to explain something really important that I think needs to be shared in regards to this dress, and a dress you saw earlier.
Hello. So Zephyrin M. in Lincoln 724 is the weaver of this dress, and Kyra Hendren, who won second place for the little girls, her dress is actually the grandmother to this dress. So the story is that dress came first, and then this dress came next. And then Janessa, who was right before me, hers is the modern interpretation. So it's the whole lineage of how our styles have evolved as Navajo women. So Zephyrin has woven something to go along with each of those styles. So Kyra is actually with the grandmother to my dress, even though she's younger. So.
Isn't that beautiful? That is absolutely beautiful. I was so glad that we were able to share that with everybody, make sure that was emphasized. So thank you so much, Juana. You are absolutely stunning.
Okay, this is going to be a tough one for me. This is entry number 7. This is my youngest daughter, Cameron. She has been at Indian Market for all 16 years of her life, and this is the first time that she's decided to participate in the fashion. She's doing a great job. So she has on a ribbon dress, which is our traditional style that we wear from Fort Peck as Assiniboine Sioux tribes. She has some nice beadwork that she wanted to wear in this show, which is, turn around, we'll show them. This is her father beaded this ribbon, and so she was excited and she wanted to display that because he passed away a couple of years ago. So she's trying to honor him. And we have a beautiful breastplate that has Dana Warrington porcupine quill work on the bottom, and then the size. So Dana gets a lot of, he's a good guy. So we have some American Eagle display. So we have a screaming eagle and an American Eagle. And I made all of this stuff to kind of match this blanket band here. This blanket band is our family heirloom. It was made by our grandma Helen Walker from Brockton, Montana. And so we all get to carry it once in a while and we treasure it. So somebody's always asking for it back. Can I have it back? So she also has wearing a traditional dentalium shell cape. And shells were a trade item and they were hard to get back in the, older days, and so.
There we go. Yeah, can we do a few spins? Yeah, why don't you guys do a few spins, show off your beautiful regalia.
That would be my choice. That is my choice.
So we're waiting for our judges. They are talking about what piece they would like for their best of show. And after we would crown our best of show for the traditional portion of today's events, we are going to move on to our contemporary clothing.
Are you sure that's
I mean, according to this.
I know it's right Navajo on there today or something like that. Navajo. How's that?
To have a shell cape or shell jewelry or anything meant that you were wealthy and your family thought a lot of you to be able to get those and trade buffalo robes or trade hides and stuff like that to get these. So thank you, Cameron. Up next for entry number 8, we have the Best of Show winner from last year is Jewel. Jewel is qualified, and the name of her attire today is hashtag MMIW since 1491. Jewel's traditional outfit reflects Hualapai women in the Grand Canyon. Jewel's sandals are yucca sandals made of the yucca twine. Yucca twine is utilized for a variety of things such as rope, nets, and so on and so forth. She wears a cliff rose bark skirt with buckskin underneath for the cooler weather. The bark skirt is woven with yucca twine as well. The skirt took about a month to make. And around her bust is buckskin, along with a shawl made of rabbit pelts for warmth. She carries a water gourd within a net bag made from yucca twine. Water is important within the Grand Canyon because water is life. Maniwi Choni. Around Jewel's neck is a clay bead necklace that was fired the old way in earth firing pits. On her face, she wears red ochre, which is the red Indian paint. The red handprint reflects the critical issue of the missing and murdered Indigenous women. We all know that this has been happening since the arrival of the colonizers in 1491. And this is Jewel. She is the Grand Canyon, and she walks for the hashtag MMIW. Okay, we have contestant number 9. This is Lindsay Shakespeare. She is Mescalero Apache. She's holding a beautiful beaded graduation cap. Let me guess. Yes, I did graduate this year. Alright, congratulations. So she has, her cap matches her entire outfit, all of her beadwork. It all goes together. So she has a beautiful bone necklace with beadwork attached to it, earrings, a bracelet, a ring. Beautiful dress. It's all snowflakes. Yes? You want to talk about that?
The snowflakes represent when my mother, she was in labor and it was a really big storm, and ever since then I just had it as my model.
Oh, nice. Nice. So she has some beautiful Apache moccasins on. They're painted yellow. They have some nice beadwork on them. Do you want to tell us about your dress?
My dress is a camp dress. It's just a traditional dress. I usually would wear my buckskin dress, and that represents our white painted woman. But for now, I just have a simple traditional camp dress.
So usually within different tribes we have like camp dresses, which are like more of a not so dressed up look, and this is the Apache style of that. So it's a separate skirt and shirt. So you find these in a little bit different styles throughout different tribes across the country. Yes. So it's just wonderful. Thank you and congratulations. And
if we could have all the ladies come up and step forward so that all the judges can see you. So these are contestants. 1 through, how many contestants do we have?
1 through 9.
1 through 9. Wonderful. Our best of show, and I want to also acknowledge that this is the Rex Arrowsmith Best of Show Award for Traditional Attire. Mom, would you like to say a few words about Rex Arrowsmith?
I would like to say a few things about Rex Arrowsmith. I've known him my entire life. He passed away a few years ago, but this was his thing. He'd like to come here, and this was how he gave back to the community and the Native people, and he was so knowledgeable about the Native dress that it didn't matter who came on stage, he knew all about it. And he was so humble and giving with his knowledge that it was just great to come and hear him talk about things, because you would learn every time he was up here talking. And he was the most gracious, humble man you would ever meet. And he was in the movies also. I just want everybody to know that, because he was so quiet, you'd never know anything about him. But he told me one time, he goes, I was in the Westerns. And I was like, wow. I was really surprised. So I always try to watch old Westerns to see if I can catch Rex on there somewhere.
Oh, thank you for that. So I want to acknowledge that this year's Best of Show is acknowledged as the Rex Arrowsmith Best of Show Award for Traditional Attire here in the plaza at Santa Fe Indian Market. And this year's winner goes to Zeke. Thank you to all of our traditional clothing wearers. You guys are great. Thank you for taking the time to dress up. And this is Family by New Sun Sage Designs, which is Hopi and Acoma Pueblo. This is Hopi-inspired contemporary his and her outfit, and it's called Family. Ross is Kiwa, and he is a bass player for a rock band. And he is wearing a white Hopi-style shirt made of cotton. It is designed with Hopi symbols to bring moisture, and the green symbolizes fertility and abundance. The 2 black symbols on the side represent the first man and first woman according to Hopi lore. A Hopi rain sash and jewelry completes his outfit. Awesome. And Channing is wearing a matching outfit of white cotton duck cloth reminiscent of the old-style Hopi fabric. The top is off-the-shoulder Pueblo Manta style top. Her skirt complements the top with Hopi symbols that represent rain clouds, moisture, fertility, and yes, family. Her matching wrap is designed with shawl-like fringes. She will be a first-time mommy and looks great in her maternity wear. Channing is a professional drummer for her rock band called Suspended, based out of Albuquerque. Shantae is the sister of Channing, and she is wearing a matching family skirt, contemporary Hopi style. The skirt was made to match both the shirt and the skirt. She wears the outfit with a 1940s hair flare and loves wearing Native outfits at her New Mexico rockabilly events. It is native-made jewelry that complements her attire. And she is Hopi, Akma, and Oglala Lakota. And now we are going to have Autumn come out. Autumn is another sister, and she is wearing native metalwear by New Sun Sage. Being a rock star on stage, she wears a black mud-style dress with green symbols and satin ribbon on the bottom. She has a ultra-contemporary shawl wrapped made of lime green tulle fabric and white satin fringes. A little bling of crystals, silver stud-like adornments were added to her outfit. And she rocks out with her suspended bag worn over the shoulder and native-made jewelry by Amber Cornelis. And Autumn is the bass guitarist for Suspended. And here we are. This is New Sun Sage. Thank you all. Beautiful. Okay, our second entry is Sage Mountain Flower from Taos.
Thank you, Tama. Good morning. My name is Sage Mountain Flower, and this is my design. I'll call them out one at a time. Oh, okay. So my first model is Jesseray Bird. She's Kiwa, from Santo Domingo, Pueblo. And this is my Slay Your Princess outfit. We're all little girls are princesses, and this is her look today for Santa Fe Indian Market with a native look towards our princess look. So it has a tulle material. This is a suede and designer leather to make it pop and create the flowers in this outfit. My next model is Kalaska Hunsalon. He's Mandan, Hidatsa Cree tribe from the 3 affiliated tribes in North Dakota. This is what I call my Choke Cherry Dreams ribbon shirt. It's a contemporary look to my ribbon shirts. So it's highlighted with the neon green. It catches the eye, and in Northern Plains they make a dessert called wojaki, and you use that to dip the fry bread in, and it's one of the favorite things to have when you're way up north in the Northern Plains area. So that's the color that sometimes it comes out to, so that's where the choke cherry comes from, and it's always a choke cherry dream to eat that wojaki and fry bread. And when you're picking choke cherries, it has the green really pops out when you're out there picking the choke cherry from the plants. And then I have also in South Dakota, I have a dancing dragonfly medallion. So that's what's here. There was a lot of dragonflies when I spent a couple weeks there, or 2 weeks ago I was in South Dakota. So, but this is my choke cherry dreams. My next ribbon shirt is worn by Bubba Chris Gallegos. He's Okeawinge, and this is what I call arrowheads in the flowers. So it's another contemporary style to my ribbon shirts. It's short sleeve. It gets hot during our feast days, and the men like to wear a shorter, cooler shirt. So this is just a contemporary look to it. And again, it's called flowers, arrowheads in the flowers. And then I also have a beaded medallion with it too. My next model is Desba Church. She's Navajo Potawatomi. She's wearing what I call my wrapping jacket. It's with trade cloth wool. It's also done in red to, again, promote the murdered, missing indigenous woman that's occurring throughout this show, so I have this jacket. It's to emulate how our Pueblo men wear the blanket. In Taos Pueblo, they kind of just have a small, thinner wool cloth blanket, and they throw it around themselves before they, and around their shoulder before they, go out throughout the day, and it kind of just stays on them when they're doing their daily duties or their whatever traditional doings. I accented it though with abalone shells and fringe, and then added the cones on the end so that it stays up when the woman is wearing the jacket. But it also reverses over to the other side, so we can come back on the other side. So whichever way you want it. Or it can also just drape like a blanket, like a shawl, like a cape. It also has I also accented it with geometric designs for with the leather, and then the leather trim. So this is what I call, this is my model, Tia Rubin. She's from Laguna Pueblo. And this is when she brings the rain. This is what I call this. Thank you. So you wanna? So this is my look against the ribbon skirts that are just out there popular, and everybody's wearing them nowadays. And it's so awesome to see all you indigenous women, all the women wearing their skirts. So if you turn around. So there's 365 strands of ribbon going all the way around. And I didn't plan it that way, that's how it ended up, which is amazing because we, as Indian people, we give thanks every day for the water. We pray for rain every day for the water. And that's what this represents, is water. If you look at it, it also shows the depth of water. So from going from top to bottom, as you get in the water, it gets lighter to deeper. So that's what that's also showing, is depth of water. So my background is, I'm Okewinge, I'm an environmentalist, I'm an environmental scientist. I work for tribal environmental programs. I'm always out there, water protection, water resources, and that's where my themes are always like earthly in a sense. This we call in Okewinge is our, we have a cloud dance, and another northern pueblo also has a cloud dance from Santa Clara, but we have, and the women, they're chosen by the men, and they wear these headdresses that are eagle feathers similar to this, so that's what we call our ohuwapovi, which is our cloud flower. When it comes over the mountain, here's my signature, mountain flower. The clouds look like that. If you were here a couple days, you saw the clouds coming over the San Luis Obispo Mountains. That's what I'm trying to represent. I always add 3 drops of water coming down to show that every mountain has a mountain spring, so that's the sacredness again of the water. We love the spring water, and some places they're drying up, and we're always trying to, make sure that they're continuously to flow. So it flows into the lake. So here's my lake, here's my river. That's where the mountain comes from. When it rains in New Mexico, all the colors are very vibrant. They're very vibrant, so that's where the flowers come from, and that's what I'm using to show this. Again, when they're dancing the cloud dance, this is what we call our tiguwenu, and that's our lightning bolt. And when the women dance, they dance and dance against each other in that lightning bolt fashion. So that's what this represents. So this is my outfit.
Thank you, Shade. Up next for entry number 2, we have Shade Johnson, and I'm going to give her the mic because we have some coastal representation up in here. Hello, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for your time and attention and patience. My name is Sade Mariah Rose Johnson. This is Ayanla and Michaela Rose. She's 7 years old and she's 4 years old. So we come to you by way of Coast Salish people of Vancouver, British Columbia. On my mother's side, there's more. I'm a hybrid. My mother is Coast Salish, Okanagan, and Colville, and my late
father is Northern Dene, Northern Shoshone, and Han, and I come from the Wolf Clan on the Northern Shoshone people of the Yukon Territory. And then, can you hear me fine? Okay. And then my babies are half Navajo, so we call them Navalish. Their clans are Zuni, Edgewater, and Apache Red Streak. So what we're wearing for you this morning is our Coast Salish regalia, and it is contemporary because I have red nail polish on, I have a bracelet on, I have a purse with feathers and nail polish, and historically, I wouldn't be wearing a shirt. So I want to wear a shirt, I don't want to wear the contemporary clothing. And then this is further contemporary. It's made with velvet, and then these are hand-carved paddles. I carved all the paddles myself. There's over 400 on there, and they're cedar. And what it represents is our canoes, our ocean-going canoes, and pulling in the water. So when she moves, it echoes. And then also wearing this, thinking we're pulling in our canoe and we're going along the ocean, you can hear those echoing in the waterways and our historical highways, they call it. So these highways, once you hear this echo, it's telling your ancestors, we're coming to see you, listen to us, we're coming. So in honor of, Indigenous women, my daughters are telling all of you, they're coming, they're our future, they're leading us forward, And then they just have dresses on, probably from a thrift store. And the hats we're wearing are made of cedar, and on top they're adorned with different shells. This one is Arctic wool. These are eagle feathers and hawk feathers. I have golden eagle feathers, and then along the edging is trader beads. So these beads historically were given to my people as they were told as currency. This is money. You can use this and trade, and it's money for you. And our elderly people found out it's not money. This isn't money. And they got mad at the beads and they threw them onto the beach, and they said, we never want to see this again. So now my people, we pick up the beads off the beach, and it's a lot of work to collect even just one bead. So with this bead, it's reclaiming that space, and it's telling us we can celebrate that our ancestors once held this bead in their hand, and now they're watching over us. And it's a celebratory place. We've reclaimed that space, and now we're celebrating that. This is something that's part of our history. My cape and skirt are made out of cedar. My mother made this for me, and this is rabbit fur. So thank you very much. I'll just see you
Okay, we have contestant number 4. This design is by Orlando Dugai. Is he here? Woo, pretty. Okay, I'll read off the back. This is Orlando Dugai designing alluring fashion for the elegant woman. Orlando Dugai is a Santa Fe-based fashion house designing timeless yet modern elegance for the chic woman. Luxurious fabrics, textures, embellishments, and extravagance, inspired and crafted from rooted in tradition and from the Dene heritage. Orlando Dugai meticulously threads the past with the present. Boy, that's beautiful. That's all hand beaded. Gorgeous. You want to turn around and let everybody see the back? Wow. Do another spin. You can step up so they can see better too. Says for more info, please visit orlandodugai.com. This model is Mona Bear. Okay, she is wearing a hand-beaded silk dress. Hand beading is done on the tulle, and this dress is made with a 4-ply silk crepe and is lined in silk charmeuse. And a total of 40 hours went into making this dress. That's gorgeous.
Only 40.
So this again is Orlando Dugai. Thank you, Mona.
Yeah.
How we doing today? Doing okay? No, man. How we doing today? There we go. Give it up, these bottles up here. I'd like to say that there's a certain individual I would like to thank. His name is Richard Buckley. He's been the sponsor of this event for a very long time. and we're very glad to know that he's made provisions for this going forward for a very long time. I'd like to get a round of applause for Mr. Richard Buckley. I'd like to ask to the stage a very close and dear friend of mine from Santa Clara Pueblo. I'd like to introduce to you Michelle Sosi Cisneros.
Senkitamo. That means good morning, everybody, in Tewa. I'm from Ka'oawinge, which is Santa Clara Pueblo in the northern New Mexico area. And this is my second year here with my design, so I'm very, very excited to show you what I've been doing. First, I'd like to bring my dear friend Alicia Ortega, and she's wearing my newest design. And you know, I don't like to even use the word model, because these young women who are wearing my designs today are the most accomplished young women. Alicia is the executive director of the All Indian Governors Council, and she sits on many, many boards and other committees. The dress is a cotton linen, black cotton linen, which is all hand painted with acrylic paint, fabric chalk, and embellished with turquoise buttons. I call it In Search of Water because coming from the Pueblo of Santa Clara, it seems like our signature color is our black designs on pottery. And it's for a reason. We use the black color because that is how our ancient people survived with the fires and also looking for the water. So the jacket is a micro suede textured fabric, and I used dyed goose feathers on the neck of the jacket to interpret the flight of the water birds, the eagles, the hawks, those that watched over. So really, in essence, I think the dress evokes my vision of the ancestors gone before, for if not them, I wouldn't be here. So thank you, Alicia. And oh, and by the way, the shoes are hand-painted shoes that I also work on as well. Next is my other dear friend, Najoni Denapa. And Najoni is a medical doctor, Dr. Najoni Denapa, and she is from the Pueblo of Okeawinge. She is a ear, nose, and throat doctor. And there's a long word for what she does, but she's told me, I think, a half a dozen times, and I just couldn't say it. So she's an amazing woman. She put herself through school from her jewelry, and I've known her from the time she was a tot. So Najoni is wearing what I call my Avanyu dress. The fabric is my own designs from a painting. I'm a fine artist painter, and I transfer my paintings onto different fabrics. And this is chiffon, and then this has organza panels, and it's the lining of the dress is a cotton linen dress. And if she twirls around, you can see the hand-painted designs, and that is also representational of my ancient people. This is embellished with silver buttons and turquoise buttons, and it's a skirt, and the top is made out of textured chiffon, also in the black colors. So I want to thank you very much.
We have a mix-up with the numbers on Nathan today. Tina comes from the Cochiti tribe of Louisiana. And the name of this attire is Star Quilt. Look at that. Love that. So this is pieced and quilted Morningstar design on back of a kimono-style jacket. A jacket is pieced with upcycled denim found in thrift stores. The quilting and assembling of the jacket took about 1 week, and this unique jacket is made to promote slow fashion. I love it. That is awesome. Look at those colors. I love the colors, and look at, you could see the denim The upcycled denim, you got the pockets on the back side. Oh, that is so neat. Looking snazzy, Nathan.
We'd like to invite to the stage Virginia Yazzie Ballinger.
Yate. Good morning. My daughter Courtney is modeling a black velvet evening gown with Royston turquoise and sterling silver buttons. The title of the dress is The Slender One. Orion, known to the Greeks as Orion and to the Navajos as the Slender One. This iconic warrior of the night sky has dazzled diverse cultures for millenniums and inspired many stories. This dress utilizes 3 design elements to mimic the stars above and pays homage to the beauty of the natural world as well as Navajo traditions. The black velvet represents the night sky. The crystal fragments flicker like stars, and the turquoise stones on the dress's train, paint the constellation of the Slender One. Here's the bow, and here's Orion's belt. These are all stars, these are all, and the zipper pull is a Royston turquoise stone. Thank you.
Up next for entry number 9, we have Jennifer Paulus, who is Oneida of Wisconsin. If we could have her come up, I'm going to have her talk about her beautiful models back here. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. Sego. My name is Jennifer Paulus. I'm Oneida and Navajo, and I come from the Haudenosaunee people and the Diné. Today, my company is Shiny Moon Creations. I don't have a booth here, but hopefully next year I will. I'm going to give you a little bit of taste. I'm an upcoming new designer. I'm going to be graduating with fashion designing degree in this December. So this is my first foot into going into fashion designing. So I hope you enjoy. The first one I have is a Maya. This is an off the shoulder. I like to create with a lot of the fire colors and with the red, orange, and yellow. And so it has the off the shoulders, and then it has the belt. I do a lot of geometric and teepee designs to accent it. So what I want to do is I want to create designs for women in the workforce where they could bring forth their culture, represent who they are, and empower them in whatever business situation they're at. And this is Amaya. The next one I have is Jolie. So being from the Midwest, I do represent different tribes, and so this one I represented was the Midwest applique. And so I did a tiered skirt, so it has like 8 pieces to this skirt. They're all woodland applique pieces, and then I accented it with the tops. So with the applique on the top and bottom. Go ahead and circle around really so they could see the back as well. So traditionally they wear them for a traditional dance, but I wanted them to be able to wear it in the modern world and in the workforce as well. Thank you, Jolie. The next one I have is a turquoise halter top. And again, I did use the black sunset colors on the Kaylee. I'm sorry, I was trying to remember her name, so I do apologize. Kaylee is from Santa Ana, and so I did a halter dress, so this is kind of like a cocktail dress where she could wear in the evening just to go out after work. Thank you, Kaylee. And the next one I have is Christy. Christy this one is a tiered applique or a tiered dress with pleats. I did the crisscross back. I accented the beadwork with rhinestones on it, and I have the tuxedo pleating in the front. Thank you, Christy. And the next one, which one? Mariana, I'm sorry. I have Mariana from San Felipe, and this is a sequence strapless gown. And again, I like to use a lot of the turquoise, earth tone, fire tone colors. So this is a great evening dress with the sequence as well. And then the next one I have is Nelson, and I did a sequence shimmery off the shoulder. I did want to bring her off the shoulder with a copper fire tone applique, and so it shimmers. It's an evening gown, kind of also symbolic to like the representation of the jingle dress as well, since they do shimmer, but in a more modern, contemporary way. Thank you. The last one I have is Leslie, and this one I actually is a applique dress. I made it red because I wanted to bring awareness to missing Indigenous women. It's in honor of them, that we may fight for them, that they have not been forgotten. And I'm hoping to raffle this off and then donate the proceeds to the missing Indigenous women of Albuquerque's. Thank you. All right, how do we feel? Look at all this. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful slide right here. Can we, oh, we got so many, I don't know how far we can squeeze in up here. Our second place winner is Orlando Dugas. Oh, beautiful. Such a stunning dress. Look at all of that detail, beautiful. And we have our best to show. Our best to show is Virginia Yazzie Ballinger. Congratulations. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely stunning. I'll take it. So I want to thank all the other contestants and designers for sharing with us all of your beautiful work and coming out today. Thank you for your patience. Thank you all. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend.